Welcome back to another Joytoy review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the U.S. Navy SEALs 1/18 scale assaulter action figure. So this is the packaging it comes in. The packaging is pretty nice, beautiful artwork on the front. We're used to seeing from the Joytoy figures. The packaging seems to be getting smaller and smaller. But here is the top of the packaging, the bottom, the side. Here's this side. These are recommended for adult collectibles, not for recommended for ages under age of 3 because of choking hazards. But these are definitely recommended for these 17 and up. You know, it's just standard type thing, so you don't want to spend, your hard-earned dollars and give these to a child. They're probably going to break. They're not going to last for children. They retail anywhere from $25 to $35 now. These are sold out in a lot of places. Still can get them here and there, but like different of the collectors' favorite areas are sold out. So just be aware of that when you're looking for these. Here's the back of the packaging. I'll go ahead and hold this. If you guys want to pause and read that, I'll give you a few seconds, and then we'll be taking a look at the figure. They do have a nice window box display held together by 2 Velcros. Here's the artwork for the assaulter. Here is the actual window box, and the figure in his 2 assault rifles. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy out of packaging. Let's see what he looks like. There's no tape on the boxes. They're just pretty much together. These do come wrapped in plastic wrap, but I took it off because it glares the camera and the lights. So, to avoid that. Okay. Usually these guys have like a little product insert, and it's pretty cool because you can see what the figures look like geared up and down. So then there is the accessories, a little comment there if you want to pause and read that. It's the back for precautions. Again, you can pause and read that if you would like. Here is the breakdown of the figure if you need to take it apart. There's no tape on the insert. It's done in black. Here's our figure. It's really cool. I love the camo on this guy. So let's take a look at that head sculpt. This one has a mustache and beard, but you can't really see the beard because of the chin strap of the combat helmet. It's really nice. A lot going on in the helmet on this one. A lot of the black sculpt work, a lot of aesthetics there. You can see the back of it. These are done very, very nicely. It's the face. Top of the helmet. Nice vest. They have a really interesting scarf. I'm not a big fan of the scarves, but these guys, Joytoy got me on these ones, man. I love the scarf. I love the how the color came out with the white and the black. It looks fantastic. We have a red wire here on his vest. A lot of color, a lot of detail. Pockets here. We got pouches here on the side. It's incredible. Now this guy here, I had to heat up a little bit. He was pretty stuck, like his arms, his upper body, and a little bit in the waist here. So be aware, if they're stuck, heat them with a hairdryer. Take your time, move them, get close as you can to the joints here. Don't go down here, put a lot of leverage on it. You want to heat it up and get close to the joint. The one that it's sticking, you can give it a little bit of force. If it's moving, you may have to heat it, a couple times to get to be a working joint. But it's the nature of the beast. Joytoy collector, and you understand what I'm saying. So, back to the overall aesthetics, man. Look at this side of this. He got a lot of gear here. On the side, looks fantastic. The back, we have the med kit. A couple pouches here. That new thigh pad looks fantastic. A lot going on. I'm loving the knee pads. They're cool. The boots on these guys are fantastic. Also, a lot of sculpting. Tread on the bottom. Very nice articulation. Very nice. Speaking of articulation, let's take a look at it. You know what? Let's do an overall 360 of the figure. That way you guys can get some really nice shots of this, so you can see all the work that Joytoy is putting in this guy, all the color, all the sculpting, all the, you know, little pieces, little pouches of gear that you can really appreciate a little better here on the video. I'm loving those gloves. Look at those, the details in the gloves, padded gloves. Oh, fantastic on this. Got a watch, some kind of maybe device there. Could be a GPS device. We do try to get you guys the best angle so you guys can see everything about these figures. If you're definitely on the fence of buying them, I highly recommend these figures. Nothing's perfect, but these are pretty good. These are definitely well worth the money. I mean, they can get pretty pricey. At the beginning, you're getting up to $35 a figure. I mean, that's still cheaper than an Asarine figure. His guys are getting crazy. Pretty sure those things are $45, $50 a figure. That's getting, you know, pretty nuts. But, you know, $30 this figure, I mean, definitely worth it. And I think they're going to be very hard to come by pretty quickly, especially with the holidays coming. So for articulation on the head, scarf does get in the way. Now, just as a, before we start, if you remove the vest, which you can take off right here in the back, these two little hinges, and then obviously you have to take the figure apart and pull it down. You remove the gear, the thigh pads, the scarf, the vest, you're going to increase your articulation. The articulation is there. So just keep that in mind. But as he sits, he can do, you know, a 360 all the way around. He can look down at the right angle because of the scarf. Up, you definitely can look up. That's really cool. He's looking up on the roofs, watching out for snipers. That's really awesome. Get some side to side there. Now these new bucks, these new shoulders, they have this shirt that flares out this way. So when you rotate this 360, you kind of got to pull them out a little bit to get past the shoulder piece right there. But you got your nice 360 there. They will raise up pretty nice. We have 360 rotation at the elbow, bendable elbows, and these guys get beyond 90 degrees. It's not a substantial amount, but it does get you past the 90-degree point, which is fantastic. These are the new wrists. So you have a ball with two pegs. So you have a peg goes into the arm, peg goes into the wrist, and this one they kind of float around the ball, and you can get the in and out, back and forth, you know, around 360. Still like the older style, we have one that goes in and out and one that goes up and down, but these are actually, you know, they're not bad. But it's kind of, I guess it goes back to what you like. There is a chest articulation here up above the breast, or below the breastplate, but the vest is on, you can't see it. You can't get waist 360 on this guy all the way around. He doesn't have the flap like the other one has. Now, the only bad thing about this, like I said, if you remove this belt and this thigh pad, you're going to increase his ability for his legs to articulate. Fortunately, on this thigh pad, they have it connected to the belt, so it really hinders the ability for the leg to move. So we're not going to bother because it doesn't really move much. I wish they kind of like, I know if they're going for accuracy, okay, I get it, but it's the price you pay for aesthetics versus articulation. So you kind of like got to choose what you like. So we'll go ahead over with this leg. They do both have thigh rotation. You can see that one's like this there. It's just very tight. It's right here. And then they have the ball here that you have to hold on to. So here's an example. If you didn't have the thigh pad, this is what you would get on the other leg. Pretty cool. Split wise, you're going to get more on this leg because of obvious reasons, this thigh pad. That way, And then obviously you can get him, that's just going to hit his backside, and plus you have the hindrance with the thigh pad also. Double joint knees, beautiful. I mean, you can't get better than that. You wouldn't want better than that. You get out of the realism of, human anatomy, I guess. Feet pivot down, feet pivot up. We have the toe articulation. You can even do push-ups if you like. Down and up on both feet. They do rotate 360. You can get a side to side. There's basically a ball sitting up in there. You can see right there. So this foot is basically just going to rotate around that ball. However, you can get it around the sculpt at the bottom of the pants. Very cool. Awesome figure. This right here is a hindrance. Again, it'll come down to what you want. If you want the articulation or the aesthetic. And, for playability, it's definitely going to hinder your playability for putting your figure in a vehicle. So keep that in mind versus, if you want rapid deployment to where you put them in a vehicle into battle automatically from the vehicle, you're going to have to either take the thigh pads off, put them on, if you're in your play, just to make it work out for you. If you want them to sit in the vehicle and then take them in and out. So, but overall, they are beautiful figures. Very cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of his accessories and see what we got. Let's get his arms down. Set him up. It stands really good. Okay. So it comes with two assault rifles. One we have here, and I love how they add the green to their assault rifles to give it ownership to the figure. I think that's fantastic. Look. So we have a different type of loadout here. We have some, red dots, maybe some little scopes here. We have a front grip. Pretty cool stock on the back. And then it comes with this, more heavier loadout. Assault rifle with the M203, I believe this grenade launcher is called. A red dot, laser dot. Maybe is that a silencer on there they're going for? Pretty nice. So, these are your weapons. These are beautiful weapons. Try to get where you guys can see from all that black. Black just clashes with everything. So you get those two. And let's take a look and see how well he holds them. Okay, here he is. Basically just a normal stance. Kind of pointing out. You can see how well those elbow joints that go past the 90 degrees work out really well for your positioning while you're holding a weapon. The hands on these figures that come already pre-installed accept the weapons very easily and very nicely. I kind of missed a finger there in this gun. Sorry about that. But that's very cool. So for the other hand, you can get him to hold his more geared down loadout of his assault rifle. This is more of an open hand, so this is perfect for under the bottom of the rifle, like so. Oh, it just pushed it out. There you go. It sits very nicely, two hands. And also, you can get the hand to fit around the front grip. But since it's a more open hand, it's going to be hard to maintain that look. You probably have to switch this hand out to an alternate hand. I'm sure he comes with, but you can hold his weapon in both hands, which is a big plus for these figures. It's really cool. And here's with the heavier loadout assault rifle. You can definitely see how he can stick his hand basically under that grenade launcher. He probably needs just a little bit of tweaking, because he's trying to do it quickly. But he looks fantastic. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's see what else we have in our packaging. We do have a little baggie in here. Right here. I'll go ahead and get this out of there and see what we got. Okay, here's another thigh pad. don't tear your figure apart. Especially don't tear off the knee joints when you're putting these together. You're going to want to heat this up, make this a little more flexible. Either take the leg at the top of the crotch piece here off, slide this down, or heat it enough to where you can slip it over the foot. But don't use the knee joint. So that'd be your two options. I'm not sure if it fits. I haven't done it yet, obviously, or take it over the top. But it's very detailed. This is definitely a new sculpt for them. Very cool. He comes with, oh, there, see, we have a gripping hand. It's really tight. That's a fist hand. It's almost a fist hand, but I can see light through there. And here would be another gripping hand here that you can change out for the grip on the other assault rifle. Then he has this camo pack. Small, very small pack for his back. That's what that peg hole is right there. Put that on. Not sure if I can get it to stay. Oh yeah, there you go. Looks really good. Looks really nice. He has a pistol. Very small pistol. It's cool. Let's and see how well his hands can receive that pistol. I think the fingers on these guys are just a tad bit longer for the pistol. Maybe if you stick the finger in and back it in, you might be able to get a little bit, but it'll take a little bit of finesse to get that in there. Too bad. Now you won't let go of it. So for the pistol holster here, you kind of got to angle it in because you got the pack above the holster, which gets in the way a little bit. Get it down inside. Fits perfectly in there. Doesn't seem like it wants to fall out at all. Kind of this pack kind of keeps it in place. You just got to kind of pull down on the handle to bring it out like that. It's kind of open more on the back side of here. So it's pretty cool. And the last part that we have here is his night vision goggles. I'm assuming that's what they are. Maybe infrared. I don't know. They are 4-barrel lenses. That was cool about this. They really thought these through. You can put them in the hole in the front of the helmet here, like so, and have it them pulled up look. Very nice. Or you can take them off, flipping them around, reinsert them into the front of the helmet. And I can't see through the camera, so okay. And then you can get him in front of his face. It's probably not seated right because I'm doing it through the camera. There we go. And that's how that would look. That's super cool. Very nice. Wow, I like those. That's definitely the best version of the infrared goggles on the helmets I've seen in the Joytoy line so far. So definitely keep on improving, so that's great. Alright, let's do a quick comparison with the automatic rifleman. To have a review for him if you're interested in checking that out. This is how they look together. Very nice. Like the back. Of course, I don't have all his accessories on him. He's pretty much just staying on my table. But they do share a lot of the accessories though. So hopefully you guys check out that video too. It's a good video for review for this guy. And he looks great. So final thoughts is I do highly recommend them. They're very cool. You know, you have the options of, you know, removing the gear versus keeping the gear for increased playability, or, you know, go for the aesthetics to keep it on. Lots of accessories. good quality plastic. You just want to be careful, heat them up when you take them out, check your joints. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that thumbs up for me, and if you have any comments or questions, post them down below, and we'll try to answer them, or somebody from our channel, community will try too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys can find these if you want to add them to your collection. They're well worth it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.